What is Apple CEO Tim Cook talking about? He has ordered a headset launch despite the designer's warning that it wasn't ready. That's why Johnny Ive left. He's like, you got to listen to us designers. Can't just be worried about the bottom line. There's more to this story.
Design first.
There's more to this. I'm going to go work for Ferrari now. Or my own company.
Yeah. Love from,
but then I'm going to get hired and contracted by the likes of Ferrari.
So this is just a report. Take it as you will.
Just a report.
But it seems like he really wants this headset to be launched.
Well, listen, they need a new product category badly. That's right, I said it. Badly. Apple, they're falling apart. They're in shambles. They got $20 left. Apple CEO Tim Cook sided with operations chief Jeff Williams in pushing to launch a first-generation mixed reality headset device this year against the wishes of the company's design team. The timing of the mixed reality headset launch has apparently been a cause of considerable contention at Apple. The company's industrial design team cautioned that devices in this category were not yet ready for launch and wanted to delay until a lightweight AR glasses product had matured several years later. On the other hand, Apple's operation team wanted to ship an early version of the product in the form of a VR-focused ski goggle-like headset that allows users to watch 3D videos, perform interactive workouts, or make FaceTime calls with virtual avatars. Tim Cook, who served as Apple's operation chief prior to becoming CEO, reportedly sided with Jeff Williams, overruling objections from Apple's designers and pressing for an early launch with a more limited product. Speaking to the Financial Times, former Apple engineers who worked on the device described the huge pressure to ship. $3,000 is the rumored price point. It is just a report, as Will says. However, I can see it being the case. The problem is that there's, well, listen.
Is there demand for AR?
Well, listen. Listen here, Will.
Huh?
Certain point, you get these shareholders in there, and they go and they call up Tim, and they say, Tim.
Give us something new.
They say, Tim, we're worried you're not working on anything over there. They say, Tim, we're worried you're spending too much time watching Lou Later.
Oh.
The reason we know this is because your crew neck sweatshirt says Costco on it.
He's a big fan.
There's only one way this could have happened.
Yeah.
We've been infiltrated. Oh. Instead, we're going to need you to make some products. We're going to need you to put the Apple logo on a couple of things. Yeah, you did the watch, okay? You put the word Ultra. We kind of already had the watch, though, for a while. Oh, you did the chips, okay? Yeah, M1, M2, M Pro, and everything else. You did it. So you sold a couple, but guess what, people? They're not really... it's not the volume. We're looking for that iPhone moment all over again. We're looking for that new product category. Where's the car, Tim? Where's the headsets? You're telling me Mark down the road is doing a headset, changing his name? Tim's like, yeah, but who says it's going to work? He's just doing it.
Tim.
Just trying to do whatever Mark's doing? He's like, yeah. Trying to do whatever Mark's doing? The $3,000 price point is what a lot of people are questioning. The earliest version of this was meant to be more from the standpoint of like creators, production type app developers, like a tool.
Yeah, not meant for like everyday
mass consumption.
Yeah.
And but you know how people are in the Apple world. They'll buy it. They just go, I know it's not really intended for me, but I'm going to need that. I'm going to need one of those. So it'll still be huge, and they still won't be able to meet demand, and everybody will be trying to play around with it and seeing what Apple's take on AR is. But yeah, the rumor is legit, $3,000. And maybe that's a way as well of them kind of limiting the exposure of the product. Kind of making sure that those that get one are not the general public in most cases. Because the general public be sitting there saying, what am I going to do with this? This is not ready. This is half-baked. This is half-cooked.
Yeah.
And maybe they don't want that type of attention right now.
Yeah.
Maybe the product is ready for those early types that want to start working on some software, but maybe it's not ready for those later types.
Uh-huh.
Look at this image right here. And maybe at the same time, Tim or Jeff, not Bezos, Williams, are sitting there saying, well, we got to get something out there. We need them to start playing around. We need our guys to start playing around. See what they want to make in there. And we got to put something on their heads. And then they put this on their head. And then in the meantime, they're miniaturizing.
Uh-huh.
They're seeing the type of applications. And they're making their adjustments. I don't know.
This is highly anticipated.
Highly or hotly?
Highly.
Not hotly.
This is a product category I don't think right now is too hot.
Not too hot.
But if Apple launches it, it might change the whole industry. Just need Apple to do it. No
Industry changed. Industry changing developments.
Okay, that's very loud.
Here we are on stage with another industry changing development. Are you listening, Will? From your hot seat.
Would you use it? Is there, if it's just AR and like what's the use case? Would you think you would use it for?
I don't know. I can't even be inside these things anymore, Will. Yeah, I know.
We got to crack open the PSVR.
That's what I'm saying. I can't even be inside these things anymore. Yeah. I'm just I'm just living out there, you know?
Yeah, real life.
I can't be in these things anymore. Maybe it's, I don't know.
You escaped it.
Well, I think what's going to happen is it's going to kind of quietly get good until it's so good that future generations are just in it. They're just there. Mm-hmm. It's like it seems odd to not be inside your headset. That's what's going to happen. It's going to quietly happen. There's going to be slight pushback from us old folks. We're just going to be like, hey, man, let's go for a hike or let's have some old time lemonade.
Nah.
And they're going to be like, lemonade?
What was that?
The straw for the lemonade.
Oh, that's you?
Old timey.
Oh.
I used to have a lemonade in my cupboard. It was pure sugar. It was a little powder that you would scoop out of there, and kids would come from far and wide. When I was
in your lemonade shop?
When I was in elementary school. Yeah. And one scoop would do you. Oh, it'll do you.
Yeah.
All you got to do is you pour a cup of water, you put one scoop of this potent material, neon potent material in there. They call it lemonade. It's more like lemon drink. And it'll punch you right in the face. It's potent stuff. And you'll be hooked. And it came in a barrel.
I can imagine as a kid.
Came in a barrel. You want to know where my dad bought that barrel? You want to know where he picked that up? Yeah, that's right. It's right on your shirt there.
Really? Okay.
Damn right. It's right on your shirt there.
A lemonade barrel.
It's your employer, actually. Yeah. It's your actual employer. Someone says, Lou in elementary school, what year was that? I don't know. 90s? Was it?
Yeah.
Might be the 90s.
Early 90s?
No, early. I'd be too young to be making lemonade for the townspeople. It would have been late 90s.
Okay.
Would have had to be. Yeah, I don't know.
Elementary?
Well, listen, what are you? You're 12 years old in grade 8, right? Yeah. Yeah. Well, you just go straight from you didn't have any middle school, did you? You went straight from elementary?
I went to middle school.
Oh, you had a middle school?
Yeah. From 7 to 8.
Easy.
Yeah. I don't know why.
Easy on all that.
I think my high school didn't have the 2 previous years.
You went to a middle school?
Yeah, it was weird.
Wouldn't that be 6, 7, 8 then?
No.
Just 7 and 8.
Yeah. Very strange.
It's barely even a middle school.
I know. Yeah.
Wow.
To this day, I still am kept awake from this mystery. 7 and 8.
Yeah, I had a barrel of that stuff.
Yeah.
And the scoop was supposed to be...
Where is it? Let me find it.
Pre-measured. It's called Country Time Lemonade. The scoop was supposed to be pre-measured, but it was so... that's the barrel over there. No, not pre-mix. You got to get the barrel of it.
This one?
Oh, baby, 2.4 kilos of sugar. Oh, baby. Look at that. Quick delivery. Oh, it was
There's
potent.
no lemon in here.
It was potent, that stuff, I'll tell you. Punch you right in the face or punch you right
It's like sugar and citric acid.
It would punch you right in the chin. It tasted like a sour key that never got sweet.
Have you ever tried it without water?
Oh, just a scoop?
Just a spoonful?
I'm pretty sure I'd be hospitalized.
Yeah.
I look at it at the top, like source of vitamin C. Yeah, this stuff was in my cabinet and word got out. The community realized it. And they said, wow, you got kilos of that stuff? I was like, well, my dad goes to Costco. And then they're like, well, why don't you mix me up one of those?
And you're like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, somebody says middle school is usually 6, 7, 8. They kind of phased out middle school around here. And you go straight from elementary school to high school. And so basically you're from like grade 1 to 8 is in one school, and then grade 9 to 12 is in another school. Although there was a grade 13 at one time as well.
Yeah.
Which was kind of weird. But Will was in middle school. Imagine that. You thought you were a big shot for 2 years. You're like, look at me, 7 and 8.
Yeah.
Especially when you were an 8. When you were an 8, you're like, I run this place. Just those grade 7s over there.
Freshman into a sophomore.
And then you hit the actual high school, and you're nothing.
Small beans.
You're nothing.
Yeah.
You wear a shirt like that, you're like, it's cool. I
get punched in the mouth.
You got a bloody nose day one, dripping on your Costco drip.
Yeah. I was like, I thought I was cool. Get punched again.
Yeah. Someone's saying, I can't imagine 8th graders at recess with 2nd graders. Yeah, you got a point. I think there's an argument in either direction. On the one side, you're saying, yeah, the bullying is off the charts. On the other side, you're saying, well, maybe that exposure, maybe you had some of the older kids stick up for the younger ones and kind of show them the ropes if they're decent humans. I think it depends a lot on scale. If you have a really big school in terms of volume across those age groups, I could see it being an issue because you have all that anonymity and showing off and Will getting punched in the nose and all that. If you have a small enough total group, then it's kind of less cool to be a jerk, in my experience.
Right.
You're like, hey, man, like, we all know each other. What are you doing? Like, if you're at a party and one guy's an absolute goof, like an absolute
it's too small.
whack job, you're like, all right, we're good. You can leave. We're good without you. And everyone can kind of collectively, now that doesn't work every single time. But it's when those groups get to a certain scale, you get into those mega schools, and it's pure anonymity, and it's like social media manifested in real life. It's like, who's that over there? Hey, who's that over there? He said, what about me? He said, what?
Yeah.
It's like, no, actually, it's your neighbor. You guys used to play in the sandpit together. I don't care. I'm big now. I don't care. I don't care about him.
Sounds like a 30-year-old man.
I don't care. Yeah, you know, kids,
Like
they started to
roided
get a little bit of a beard going in high school, and all of a sudden they were instantly adult.
Yeah.
And the adults are stupid instantly. Like, they don't know anything. Can't you see my beard hairs? I don't know anything. I know everything already. It's like, hey, man, you've been alive for, I don't know, 13, 14 years. I know everything. They were all so dumb. Screwing up the world. I'm going to fix it. It's like your voice keeps getting deeper. Are you? Is that natural, or are you enhancing that? You sound like Batman.
So deep. Oh, man.
Yeah, somebody here says, I had a mustache in 6th grade. Well, that was like news at school. You had a mustache. That's news.
Yeah.
See that guy over there? Is that a mustache he's got going out over there? Is he shaving?
And it grows pretty quickly.
What
From
does?
like whiskers to like a full-on stash, I remember.
Are you speaking from experience? Will?
Yeah. So it was embarrassing for like a week. And then it's like, oh, okay, it's fully grown in. Great.
will he do just in the mirror? He just, what am I got? What am I gonna do?
What are these whiskers, Mom?
What am I gonna do? What do I do now? What am I gonna do about this? Yeah.
Oh, high school life.
Or even before that.